if you feel that you are posting on social media but you don't know what to talk about, or you are a little bit confused on what is the content that is going to really resonate with the target audience of your business, then you don't have a lead problem. What you have right now, it is a lack of understanding of your target audience. And this video is all about that. So if you are a coach making over 10K per month and you have this issue, then keep watching this video, because having an audience and knowing what they are, what they like, and what they would like to hear from you, it is not only important from the point of view of your business, but also it's not only important from the point of view of the content, but also from the point of view of your business, or your sales conversations, or everything that you talk with them, all those follow-ups, all those emails that you do, and maybe any kind of advertising campaign. Before doing all this, it is very, very important that you know your audience, you know your avatar, you know your ICP, your ideal customer profile. So I'm gonna give you at the end of this video a template that you can download for free, because I want you to get all that value, but you need to get until the end if you want to hear how to download. So please get until the end, and I'm very sure you will get a lot of value. Now, who am I to tell you this? My name is Gerson. I have 6+ years of experience in marketing and automation, and I have worked with coaches, I have worked with local businesses, with retreats, with gyms, with a lot of type of businesses, so I know what I'm talking about. And here today, I'm going to give you that solution of that problem. Now, good conversations that goes nowhere is a consequence of you not knowing this target audience well. So another thing that could happen to you, it is that when you do those sales calls for some potential leads that are about to get clients, you get things like, well, I will think about it, or I'm not sure about that, despite the fact that you think that the conversation or the sales call went well, but then you don't get to convert. So this is also something that knowing your target audience can solve. Now, why this happened? Most coaches really didn't understand things like, for example, the framework of their coaching program that they are doing, but they lack of understanding what is the message that is going to resonate to their target audience in order for them to actually get this framework, in order for them to actually make this framework resonate with their target audience. So we are going to it, and without further ado, let's go into the target audience. What I'm going to offer you on this video is the 6 aspects that you need to know about your target audience for you in order to get to know all this information. Now, the first one is going to be the goals. The goals, it is very important that you understand what are the goals that they want to achieve, and how you can help them achieve with your programs. So here we are going to ask things like, for example, here we are going to set those goals specifically that they have at this moment, and we just want to write them down. What are the things that they want to achieve most in the world, and just put them down and keep them in mind, because whenever you do content, whenever you do social media, or whenever you are in the sales calls, you can remember those and then align the conversation with those goals. Now, the second thing is going to be the values. Values are very important, and it's very important to distinguish between values and goals, because they are not the same. So goals are like kind of like goals that you have when you want to, something that you want to achieve. However, values are something that are intrinsic from inside. So something like honesty, or something like hard working, or stuff like that are more like values, while goals are, for example, I want to lose 10 kilograms within the next month, for example. That is the difference, and it's very important that you make this difference and you actually write down all these values that you think your target audience have. Now, as a cue for that is to use tools like ChatGPT to find out about your target audience goals and values. But the best thing to actually find out about that is to having real conversations with your actual customers, with your actual clients. So then you get to understand them, you get to hear from them where are exactly their values, what are exactly their goals, and then you have this right. Okay, so for now we have goals and values, and there is the next one, which is challenges. So challenges are things that they are struggling about, and this is again something that it is very important for you to understand, because the messages that you are going to do to them is going to be adapted to those challenges. So if they are struggling with something in particular, you can address that, and so then you get their attention, so they can listen to you. The fourth thing that you need to do, or you need to know about your target audience, are their pain points. So what are those pain points? What are those frustrations that they are currently having at this moment that your program or your service can solve as a coach making 10K per month? So what are those frustrations that your target audience are having? And here is when you get a little bit emotional. So what are the things that they are afraid of? And maybe they are afraid of wasting money, or maybe they are afraid of wasting time. Maybe they have frustration because they already tried other programs and they didn't work. Think about what are the things that could means a pain point for this target audience, and then again you can refer to this target audience calling out those pain points. This is very, very powerful, especially when you are using ads, but also when you are doing promotional campaigns, and you can address those pain points as well. Now, the fifth thing that you need to know about your target audience, and this one is very, 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 very important, it is the transformation that they have. Now, hear me out. Transformation, I mean, what are the things what is the point that your target audience is before hiring your service versus after hiring your service. Okay, so if you can track this journey, then you are going to be able to talk in the right language that they are at that moment, because you know that they are going to be at the beginning in the before stage, and then you are going to be able to show them the after stage, even before they go into your coaching program or your service that you are delivering. So that is so powerful. And the way you have to think about that, it is the following. You need to think about what they have before they hire your coaching program versus what they have after they hire your coaching program. How they feel before versus how they feel after. What is the average day for them before versus the average day after. You need to talk about all these kind of things, and there are a few more things in the transformation. I'm gonna show you right away in the template that I'm going to show you in a few minutes, but this is mainly the things that you need to actually understand for your target audience. Now, the last part that you need to know, it is the personal traits. So personal traits, I'm talking about things that are related to things that are really related to let's say what stage of business they are at this moment, or what are their preferred learning styles, or what are other personal traits, like do they prefer this brand or versus the competitors, stuff like that. This is something that you definitely need to know, and I'm gonna show you again in a few minutes the template so you have more clarity on that. Now, I wanna give you a bonus thing that you need to know about this, and it is topic of interest. Oh, by the way, before going to topic of interest, it is very important that in personal traits you also define the demographic. So this is the basic things that you need to know about someone. What is the age range of your target audience, what do they do, and stuff like that, so you have this clear. Now, this is not as important as you think, because it is much more important the goals, values, pain points, struggles, and also the transformation, because that's going to be how you are going to talk to them. So the demographics doesn't, it is not that important unless you are doing maybe advertising, so you want to target specific demographics, specific age range, and etc. All right, so let's now jump into the last point, which is the topic of interest, which is the bonus point. So it is not actually 6 things that you need to know, it's actually 7 things. So the last one is the topic of interest, and as the word said, this talk about what your target audience is going to be interested in. So you want to know all about that. And with this, I mean what type of gurus they are following, what type of blog posts they are reading, or what type of books they are reading, what type of events do they usually go, what type of programs they consume, everything that has to do with their interest. It is very important that you define here, so again you get to know much better this ICP, this ideal customer profile. All right, so let's do a recap, and then let's jump into the template that you can download for free if you check right below. So the recap of the things that you really need to know about your target audience are: first, the goals, values, then you have the challenges, and then you have the pain points. But also you have the transformation, which is very, very important. As I say, I think this is the most important one. Then you have the personal traits, and then you also have the topic of interest. So there are a total of 7 things that you really need to know. And let's jump into my computer screen so I can show you this template that you can just easily fill it up. You don't have to figure out everything that I say, you just have to fill this up, fill this template up, so you have all this information for your target audience. Let's jump into my screen. All right, guys, so this is the template that I'm talking about, and I want to give you this for free. So let's just scroll up because I want to show you from the beginning. Here you have a small summary of what this is going to be about and what are the kind of things that you can find in this template. And the good thing is that you just can click in one of those and go straight to the part that you want to go. So let's just jump into the first part, which is going to be the summary. Here is just a simple summary of the things you find out in all these things, but you do this summary at the end and not at the beginning, obviously. Now the next part is going to be about motivations and aspirations, which is right here. So here is when we start finding the stuff that I talked about before, which are the goals, values, you have the challenge, and you also have the pain point and bottlenecks. Okay, it's very important. You just need to fill this up over here and make sure that you actually write those goals, those values, those challenges, and pain points. So whenever you need to write any copy or come up with content, or maybe you have a sales call and you find out something new about your clients, then you write in here so you know what they resonate with. And the next part, it is the very, very important part that I said before, which is the transformation, the before and after. Okay, so here in the before and after, we need to write what they have before hiring our coaching business, our coaching services, and then what they have after they hire our coaching services. Then what they feel before, what they feel after, average day before, averages after, and also status before and status after. Also, good and evil. What is this of good and evil? It is mostly what is an evil that is plaguing the prospect in the before stage, and then the good, how does your prospect conquer it and bring more good to the world in the after stage. The next one is going to be proof of results. Do you have a way to prove results and evidence? What proof of results have somebody who were before going through your coaching program, and then what the transformation was for this person in the after stage? There you go. It is very important because it brings evidence. And again, speed and automation. Is there something that can bring speed and automation for your program? So if the person decides not to go to your program, can they achieve the same results at the same speed or not? So here is what you are going to write here. How will you offer speed up as part of the live or automate a task? That is exactly what you want to talk about here. Okay, so those are the transformation grid, and here you have everything. So you just have to fill up with whatever you want to fill up in here, and that's it. Then we have personal traits, we have the demographics, and as I say, age, income, job title, all these kind of things that are important for your business. Don't overthink it because this part is actually not that important as I said before, so just keep on that. And then you have all the things, all the other things like the interest, like blogs, podcasts, magazines, books, whatever it is of interest of your people, then definitely write it down here. You have main competitors, you have tools that they use, you have events that they go, you have association and membership they belong, all these kind of things. And at the end, I leave you something here so you have more clarity on the content that you want to create. So depending on the topic of interest, you wanna write down different titles of those possible content pieces that you wanna do, so you can have this here. Now I have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and then blogs. I actually may have also add TikTok since it's something that many of you are also doing. For now, we have those four. You can just easily add one more here, and that's okay. And again, you can write the main keyword so you are good in the search engine over here. Okay, so this template is something that I'm going to give you for free. This is the same template that I fill out for my clients, so I have clarity on what their actually clients want, and then I can provide a better service. So this is very, very important. Don't skip it. Knowing your avatar, knowing your ICP, it is key for you to success. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed and received a lot of value. Like and subscribe, make a comment on what you think about it, and see you in the next one. Stay tuned. Ciao pescado.